Good? Okay, it's a start. Should we start? Okay, oh, sorry. Hi, everybody. That's the problem with the live stream. Hello, live stream audience. Everybody wave. There we go. And hello, in-person audience. Thank you for being here today. I am grateful today for believe it or not, for the rain. I have many, many, many friends in California who keep asking me to send it their way, and I wish I could. So we'll enjoy it for them. And right now, I'd like to turn it over to our wonderful band to get us inspired and going.
All right. Well, all you folks here in person, if you want to stand up and move with us a little bit, sing. We're going to sing Power of Kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love. Ooh, I believe in the power of kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love. We don't know what's coming. We can help shape what's ahead. With kindness as our currency, the commonwealth is in our hand. Oh, give a little on, give a lot, don't stop. A helping hand makes the world go round. There's more than enough. Ooh, I believe in the power of kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love. Ooh, I believe in the power of kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love. Listen up now, people, keep your ear to the ground. We are a river flowing, generosity abound. So give a little on, give a lot, don't stop. A helping hand makes the world go round. There's more than enough. Ooh, I believe in the power of kindness. There you are, Lisa. Ooh, I believe in the power of love. Yeah, power of love. Ooh, I believe in the power of kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love. The honeybee serves sweetness only to help the world bloom, bringing love to the flower, from the flower to the fruit. We could learn a thing or two. So give a little on, give a lot, don't stop. A helping hand makes the world go round. There's more than enough. Sing it out. Ooh, I believe in the power of kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love. Yeah, power of love. Ooh, I believe in the power of kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love. The power of love. Ooh, I believe in the power of kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love. Ooh, I believe in the power of kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love. Indeed, we're so glad you all are here today. We'll take a minute to greet a neighbor. If you're out on social media, say hello, say where you're from.
That was crazy.
Yeah, you were not on. All right, click us off.
Good to go?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. 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 My soul is welcome here.
Good morning. I'm Kalish Leviel, your practitioner of the day. And I want to take a moment to ask you to silence any electronic noisemakers you might have with you today at this moment. And take a moment to breathe and allow that breath to go through every cell of your being. Spirit is every cell of your being. Spirit is with us. Spirit surrounds us. Spirit is us. As we remember this, we can let our light shine through our hearts and through our minds. As we prepare ourselves for the message today about lamp in the darkness, thanking everyone and everything. I am so grateful, and so it is.
I am whole. 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 resides in me. Sing, I am whole. 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 All I need. All I need resides in me. All I need resides in me. All I need. All I need resides in me. All I need resides in me. I am whole. I am whole. I am whole. I am whole.
I wanna lift you up. I wanna raise you from the ground. Can we look together straight into the wind? I wanna lean on you. So can we help each other through? Can we fall back, you and me, into the wind? If you wanna know the answer, if you wanna know the truth is there's no answer other than you. If you wanna know the answer, if you wanna know the truth is there's no answer other than me too. The truth is there's no answer other than we two. So can we love? Can we love the other one? Can we love the one who lives behind the wall? And can we love? Can we love the little child? Can we love the child who lives inside us all? If you want to know the answer, if you want to know the truth Truth is there's no answer other than you. If you want to know the answer, if you want to know the truth is there's no answer other than me too. The truth is there's no answer other than we two. Can we love? Can we love? Can we love? Can we look together straight into the wind? Can we fall back, you and me, into the wind? Can we love? Can we love? Can we love? Can we look together straight into the wind? Can we fall back, you and me, into the wind? The truth is that we are the wind.
Lisa Harmon, everyone.
Just take a breath in. Feel that incredibleness. I don't know if you feel it. I do. Welcome to you all. Welcome, my wonderful virtual audience. We are here today at the Center of Spiritual Living in Bellingham, talking about reaching in as our monthly theme. And today's topic is being a lamp in the darkness. And it comes from an ancient bodhisattva who said, let me be a bridge over troubled water. Let me be a lamp in the darkness. Let me be a raft for those in peril. And part of what I wanted to speak to today is I wanted to speak to how we do that, because I certainly have been doing that in my own life for quite a while, and I know many of you have as well. Offering yourself in whatever way seems right to the larger life that we're part of. And it's tricky to do that. And so I wanted to speak about that a little bit, starting with a quote from Albert Schweitzer. And I had some young people visiting me, my two nieces and one of their boyfriends, and they're young enough that Albert Schweitzer didn't ring a bell. And so maybe that name didn't ring a bell for some of you either. So I wanted to just let you know that he was an amazing humanitarian. He was a musicologist. He was a minister, and he was a physician. And he went to serve in a time in Africa where it was still colonized by different folks, and he was serving in a country that is now called Gabon on the west coast of Africa. And when he said this, because his whole life was about reaching in and then reaching out. So he said, at times, our light goes out and is rekindled by a spark from another person. Each of us has cause to think with deep gratitude of those who have lighted the flame within us. So take a moment now and think about those people in your life path. Maybe you didn't even know their name. Maybe there was someone that came in at a particular time when you were very low and you felt like your inner pilot light had dropped way down, and something they said or just their presence was enough to rekindle enough light for you to move forward. So think about them. And in your heart, give thanks. Because I truly believe we serve one another and the larger community of all life that we serve, sometimes without even knowing that we've made a difference in someone's life. And sometimes not even able to say to someone else, thank you, because they've moved on, or we didn't even know who they were. So that's the point of this talk. And the further point for me is to encourage all of us about how to reach in and how to reach out in a way that is sustainable. So I want to start with a very beautiful expression that comes out of Judaism, and it's called Tikkun Olam. And roughly translated, because if you are involved in any way with Jewish understanding, you know that there's about 50,000 different ways to translate anything. But this particular translation I'm offering is the more modern one. And it has to do with repairing the world. So Tikkun Olam means to repair the world. And a great, incredible rabbi long, long ago that became known as the Ari, or the Ari, I've never known which way to say it, pointed out that what this means, this repairing the world, is it means that you and I are actually part of taking responsibility for bringing what we have and bringing it forward into the world so that the world can be lifted. And he believed, and I believe, and I bet you believe too, that everything in creation, every single piece and part of creation as we know it, and even the parts we don't know, every single thing has a divine spark in it. And part of what sacred humans get to do, now this is my riff on that, so I guess I'm one with Ari, is that we bring together the different divine sparks to make things whole again. That's part of what sacred humans can do. And the way we do it is really key to this talk. Because I myself, and I'm sure some of you have for many decades, sometimes not as many decades, been involved in seeking to help bring the world into a state of not just repair, but illumination, to bring the divine sparks together so that the creation is not only made whole again in the Jewish sense of the way we think of things, but that it's lifted into a new aspect of creation. And in doing that, sometimes we overextend ourselves. And we give and we give and we give and we give. And we give in such a way that after a time, we get to the point that Albert Schweitzer was talking about, where the flame that allowed us to do that kind of work has gone out. And at that point, it really is critical that we find someone or something that can illuminate, lift, light that spark again. But for me, the whole thing, the trick of the thing, for me, as someone who is wanting to make a difference in the larger world as well as in my own world, is not to get to that point. It's not to get to the point where I'm so depleted by what I'm giving in my work, in my family life, in my community, and in the world. Not to get to the point where I'm depleted, and then be able to sustainably offer Tikkun Olam, the ability to bring the divine sparks together and to support life unfolding and lifting it. So that's been my question. Like, how do you do that? How do you continue to give in a way that is very meaningful and very purpose-driven, but also not deplete oneself? And so there are a couple things. The founder of our philosophy, the Science of Mind, his name was Ernest Holmes. And one of the things that he said in looking at how everybody was doing it is he said, you have to start where you are. And believe it or not, I don't know if you've ever done this, but he experienced that a lot of people didn't want to start where they were. They wanted to be somewhere else and start there. They wanted to be Gandhi, but they weren't yet. They weren't Gandhi. They wanted to be Mother Teresa, but they weren't yet. They wanted to be the one that was the sort of the Maha, the big name, and they weren't there yet. And so he just said very simply, start where you are. And then I have studied with Zen Master Thich Nhat Hanh for decades. And one of the things that Buddhism brings into the mix is this understanding that we have to come into ourselves, come home to ourselves. The Buddha said this in his last address before he died. He said, you need to come home to yourself and be an island to yourself. Be the place where nurturance happens before you can go and offer what you have to other people. So these two men in my life that have been spiritual teachers, start where you are and come home to yourself. And both of them said the same thing after that. They said, and people don't want to come home to themselves sometimes. And so that's part of the work. Why don't people want to come home to the inner indwelling spirit, the inner life that we all have? Why would a sacred human want to do anything else but? And the answer is pretty clear to me, is it's kind of a gnarly place inside ourselves sometimes, It's not always a pretty thing. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's, you sit down to meditate and, it's so pretty and so nice inside. And other times it's like, whoa, who let the monsters out today, There's a lot going on inside. There's a river of experiencing in the mind. There's a river of feelings. There's a river of sensations. Anybody who's tried to meditate knows that river of sensations, because oddly enough, you sit down to meditate and be peaceful, and your body decides that it's got an itch all over, and you're supposed to be sitting still and it's itching, or you're wanting to come home to your heart, and your heart is full of grief for the planet, full of grief for people who have died, full of grief for the loss of whatever. And it's very hard to stay there, isn't it? I mean, I'm sure I'm not the only one. So these two teachers and me now have some antidotes for that. So the first is my personal favorite. So I'm bringing you what really is true for me. And long ago, I had the opportunity of having a delightful grandmother who was raised in Michigan. She was raised in Michigan in the late 1800s into the early 1900s, and on a farm. And she began to notice that the birds were not as plentiful, and then they just were not. And right about that time, Rachel Carson, a very famous environmentalist and advocate, began to talk about the effects of DDT on birds and wildlife. And my grandmother jumped on that because she saw it in person. She was a child laying down under bushes where birds would land in flocks, and then in dozens, and then not at all. And so she taught all of her grandchildren, all of us, about this. And she had us read Silent Spring, which was Rachel Carson's somewhat depressing but very meaningful work about all this. But Rachel Carson didn't stop there. And this is what I wanted to bring to you, because I continued to study her. And she said something one time that really matched what I think is one of the antidotes to not wanting to go home to the self, and the need to go home to the self to be able to recharge, restore, and revitalize ourselves so that we can do the work that we're called to do in the world, whatever that is. So this is what she said. So appropriate. If you know me, you know why I like this. If I had an influence with the good fairy who is supposed to preside over the birth of all children, I should ask that the gift to each child in the world be a sense of wonder, so indestructible that it would last a lifetime. Let me read that again. If I had influence with the good fairy who is supposed to preside over the birth of all children, I should ask that the gift to each child in the world be a sense of wonder, so indestructible that it would last a lifetime. So, there's a buzzword in our culture now that was brought forward in such a timely way for all of us. And the buzzword is mindfulness. And the reason I think it's so appropriate for our time, this time we're living in, is because what happens when we begin to practice mindfulness, the simple act of only doing one thing and paying attention while you're doing it. So when you're eating, only eating, not watching television or being on your phone or, whatever, reading, just eating. The simple mindful act of eating or walking without necessarily having the headphones in, listening to music, but just walking in the world. The simple act of walking and being aware of your walking. Those kinds of very, very simple things that sound so simple that they wouldn't make a difference. Actually, when we practice them, expose us to the natural world and to the world that is supporting us, the net of interconnection that makes our life possible in such a clear way that if you're like me, there's a vast amount of wonder that's ignited. The mist over Lake Padden when I'm walking around the lake. The fact that my breakfast came from eggs that are living on a farm in Whatcom County that has so many chickens that lay so many different colored eggs. Amazing. The simple stuff. And yet what I've found is that wonder is one of the rechargeable batteries for the soul. It's like one of those things that allows us to be enhanced and lifted ourselves so that when we go out into the world and we're dealing with difficult situations and issues, we have kind of this recharge that's been happening because we've allowed ourselves to be present, very present with the wonder that we're surrounded with all the time. For me, that's key to being able to offer what we have. And, when I say this, what I also know is that oftentimes people say to me privately after I've done a talk like this, they're like, but I don't really have anything to offer. I don't know how to fix climate change. I don't know how to fix systemic racism. I don't know I don't know what I can do. And my response is, well, you do what you do. It's not up to just one of us. Thank God. Literally, it's up to all of us. Tikkun olam doesn't mean one savior comes and wipes it all away and we restart with this beauty. It means all of us practicing, repairing the world in our little place of the world. Maybe that means that you do forgiveness work for that really crummy work situation where you were accused of something that you didn't do and it broke your heart. Maybe it means that you reach out to the elders in your community because you see that the pandemic is going on and on and on. And right at first we were all in touch with those people and now we've dropped off. Maybe it means that the next time you prepare a meal, you just take a moment, and thank the farmers, the ranchers, the truckers, the grocers who brought that to the table. I don't know what it means for you. But what I do know is that every single person can do something. Even if all you're doing is sitting down for a moment and doing a prayer for the earth. or for yourself, or for someone who's in trouble. Maybe that's our service. Maybe that's where we offer, where we reach out. And if that's true, then we have to be careful that we have something to reach out with, that we have restored our own soul, brought ourselves into alignment with balance and harmony and peace at some level, so that when we reach, we're not reaching with anxiety or fear or desperation or anger. Instead, we're reaching with love. We're, as the song said, can we stand together and look straight into the wind of our time, holding on to each other and bringing who we are, so that we can all be strong enough and powerful enough to affect change. There are many people who have given up, you know. I hope you're not one of them. There's so much we can do. And while we may not be able to bring back species that have gone extinct or heal that relationship that really is just unhealable at this point, what we can do, we can do. And that's why we're here. So I'll do a prayer for that and then tell you a little bit more about what you're seeing over on that wall. So join me in our form of prayer, which acknowledges and understands that the divine presence is resident within all things, resident and resonant within you and me. It is a divine energy, a flame of energy that moves in us and through us and as us. And it is ever and always seeking to evolve itself by means of all of us. And so I accept for myself that there is a powerful, evolving, divine principle that is seeking to move me from the inside out. And I replenish and restore and repair my inner self, bringing myself into harmony and balance so that I can move with that evolving divine presence out into the world, bringing the gifts that I have to offer, small and large, in a way that is meaningful and filled with wonder. I know that as I accept this beautiful, evolving principle in me and act with it, things begin to change in me and in the world, and we are lifted individually and collectively. I am grateful that the divine in me and in all things is moving us in the direction of incredible healing and life. And so it is. Amen. Oh, thank you. So as the band comes up, I want to tell you about our beautiful display here. And I want to welcome the spiritual leaders from other faith communities who have taken the time out of their life to come and be with our congregation. Thank you for being here. They are part, as we are part of the Multi-Faith Network for Climate Justice. And this represents the net of interconnection that we have with all of life and with one another as people of faith and spiritual direction. So after the service, you're invited to go and put your own blessing and recognition of your interconnection on a piece of recycled fabric. The Rag Finery donated these beautiful strips of repurposed fabric to add to the net. The net will be here for 3 weeks, and then it will move to the next spiritual community so that we all feel the interconnection locally as well as in the divine. So that's why that's here, and I welcome you to be part of that. All right, the ushers are preparing for the offertory, and so while we have some fabulous music, thank you for donating. If that's possible for you, it supports our community, and we appreciate it very much.
no bounds. Giving and receiving, we circulate the love with gratitude and knowing there's always enough. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks with this offering. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks for everything. Everything in this world goes around, flowing with abundance, it knows no bounds. Giving and receiving, we circulate the love with gratitude and knowing there's always enough. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks with this offering. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks for everything. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks with this offering. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks for everything, for everything. We give thanks for everything.
Of announcements. There we go. We have a couple of announcements you might want to be aware of. Tomorrow, Kathy Angel, who is in the pink sweater here, is leading a Zoom book study on a book that actually offers hope about the climate situation. And I think it's very special that Kathy's doing it because she's worked for many, many years in the scientific field of looking at the power of the wetlands and all sorts of other things that help protect the land. And so here's this book. She gave it to me for my 10th anniversary here. And I started reading and went, oh my gosh, we need to all read this book. Because what it does is it actually kind of helps us understand that all is not lost and that we shouldn't just lay down and just despair. But instead, the book, which is called Hope Matters, brings the current science and the current statistics and the current understanding of what we can do. So this book study is starting tomorrow, and it'll be from 6:30 to 8 on Zoom, and the Zoom link is actually, I think it's on our website. Kathy, do you know?
I think you have to actually register.
Oh, you have to register. Okay, so you'll register with the office here at CSL, and then we'll send you the link. And if you have the book, read the first two chapters so that you're ready to discuss. If you're just hearing about this and you want to be involved in it, no worries, just come. It'll be inspiring, it'll lift you, it'll feed that sense of wonder that I was talking about. So I really hope you'll join Kathy in a wonderful 4-week study of this. So the book study is going to meet for 2 weeks, take a break for a week so you can catch up on your reading, and then meet for another 2 weeks. So we'd love you to be a part of that. Other things that are happening, we are part of a large group of spiritual communities and faith traditions who are called the Interfaith Coalition. And this group is responsible for a lot of good that happens in Whatcom County and the city of Bellingham, especially for those experiencing homelessness. So once a year they have a coat drive, and we're in the process of having a coat drive. So I'd invite you to go through your closet, and if there are warm coats, mittens, gloves, hats, and scarves that you think you are now ready to pass on that are in good condition, we ask that you clean them if it's possible because of COVID, and bring them here. There's a barrel out on the porch, and during the week, we'll be receiving those in the office. But we have to have them all back here. We have to drop those off by Thursday, October 21st at 2 o'clock. So it's time to clean out the closets and see if you've got coats. I especially have a warm heart for the children. Children outgrow their winter clothes so quickly. And so if you happen to have coats for little ones that your kids have outgrown that you can donate, that would be wonderful. Also, we have a couple of things going that are starting very soon that have to do with gateways to grief. Now, that's presented by Heidi Ruth here, one of our practitioners, and she's also a death doula. I don't know if you know what that is, but she has helped our community in these many years come to terms with and kind of explore the different aspects we need to understand as we all progress toward letting go of this body. And so there's a couple things coming up. We have a Day of the Dead celebration that has to do with starting on Sunday, October 31st, which happens to be Halloween, and I will be wearing a costume. We are setting up altars so that you can bring pictures of those you may have lost, or mementos from them to place on the altar. And a week later, on November 7th, we will have a beautiful honoring ceremony of all of those folks, including those beloved pets that we've lost. And so to help us with that ceremony, that releasing ceremony and that honoring ceremony, the threshold singers who go to people's bedside when they're dying are going to come and offer their music for us, their singing. So it'll be very special on the 7th. Also on the 7th, we're having a death cafe later in the day. And this is an opportunity by Zoom to actually talk about all the questions you might have privately about death and dying. You know, things like, do we go on? Is there an everlasting body? What happens as we're dying? Things like that. And, you know, it's not exactly your everyday conversation. So this is an opportunity. Death Cafes started in London as a way for people to talk about this subject that nobody gets to talk to. So that's happening on the 7th. And let's see what else. We have so many things going on. It's wonderful. Women's Circle is today, and we would love you to come if that is right for you. You have two ways of coming. You can come in person to the classroom here on our campus if you're local, and feel safe to do that. We'll be wearing masks. We have a very powerful filtration system. But you can also join by Zoom and come into the Zoom classroom and participate in the women's group that way. Last time we had 23 people, and half were in the Zoom classroom and half were in the local classroom. So feel free to come. It starts at noon. If you are coming by means of Zoom, we have a request for you. Please bring a flattish rock that you can hold in the palm of your hand, so not a boulder, but a rock, and a Sharpie. We're going to be doing a process, and we'd like you to be able to participate with the local folks in the classroom by having your very own rock and Sharpie. So that's happening. We also, this is the last announcement, I promise. I always say that and I think, is it? Every year we have had a harvest dinner. And before COVID, we would do it up. We would have tables and music and dance floor and all that. But because of COVID, we're going to be doing a harvest dinner lunch. And it's going to be set up on our wedding patio out there. And we have a little crew of people that are decorating for that. And we have a wonderful woman who is preparing both a chicken as well as a vegan lunch. And it's a significant lunch. So it's not, just a sandwich. It's a wrap. So you'll either get a chicken wrap or a vegan wrap. You can request gluten-free if you need to do that. It's all dairy-free, so you don't need to worry about that. And there'll be some other things as well, including some delicious, I got to taste them, pumpkin snickerdoodles. They were really good, and they were gluten-free, the ones I got. So sign up for that. It's offered on a love offering. So you pay what you can, and we will make you a splendid lunch. You'll come and you'll have the opportunity to pick it up and then take it home or take it to Patton or whatever you want to do, eat in your car. So that's happening on Halloween. So we need you to sign up by the Wednesday before the 31st. All right? Okay. I think we've had enough of that. I want you to get to the net of interconnection. And so let's sing our way out of here.
Let's do it. I am blessed. I am blessed every day of my life. I am blessed, 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 blessed. When I wake up in the morning or I lay my head to rest, I am blessed. I am blessed. I am free. I am free. I am free. Every day of my life, I am free, 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 free. When I wake up in the morning or I lay my head to rest, I am free. I am free. I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. Every day of my life, I am blessed, 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 blessed. When I wake up in the morning or I lay my head to rest, I am blessed. 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 One more time, sing it out. I am blessed. I am blessed. You all have a blessed week. We'll see you again soon.